Namaste, beloveds. Welcome to my consciousness space. Today, I want to talk a little bit about what has been happening in Iran, Iraq, that whole area, that whole quadrant. Many who have watched my past videos where I was going really deep on galactic history about the stargates on planet Earth. I was talking about what's really happening in Palestine, what is really happening in Israel, and how the planetary stargates are really why we have had so much intense warfare on planet Earth. So it doesn't just have to do with politics, it doesn't just have to do with oil, it has to do with the planetary stargates. So let's talk about Iran for a few moments. So on the border of Abadan, Iran and Basra, Iraq, there is the 10D Stargate. This is one of the most important stargates on planet Earth that needs to be reclaimed. It is partially reclaimed from our Emerald Order founder races, okay, for our Ascension. This is the area that the negative fallen ETs called the Black Suns, okay, this is a particular group of fallen Draco reptilian hybrids from Orion. You have Zeta. There are Draco Anunnaki. Okay, this is a specific group called the Black Suns. They are a satanic group. They hijacked that area about 10,000 years ago, hijacked the Stargate, made that area their headquarters. Now, and they need that Stargate really for their survival. So that area has always been warring and chaos and trauma. Everything negative that you can think of on the planet, they set up an implant called the Armageddon software, where that side of the planet, that area, you know, as many know, this is also, you know, the biblical Garden of Eden, Mesopotamia, Babylon, Sumeria, right? This was where the hijack occurred. And so this area is very, very critical to our entire planetary ascension. Now, we are moving into a peak solar activation cycle this year, 2026. Many can see the amplification of the chemtrails, the amplification of the weather warfare, the chaos amplification all around the planet. So now that area is going to be one of the main areas where you're going to see intense chaos. We see it in Israel, we see it in Palestine, now we see it in Iran, right? That whole area. So the 10D Stargate is highly, highly critical for the negative factions to keep their regime going. The solar plasma frequencies are coming onto the planet very, very strong each and every day. That is why they're trying to block out our sun. And what's happening is the Stargates are being reclaimed and they are fighting back to try to keep their power there. And then those who live in that area, right, of Iraq, Iran, that whole area, are being activated, right? So those who are uprising, these ones are key coded to that Stargate. So they're one of the 12 tribes that are key coded to each Stargate, right? So they're being activated by the solar activation cycle, by the awakening that's happening on planet Earth. So they're remembering who they are. They're having cellular activation happening in their bodies, and they are finally uprising and retaliating. And at the same time, right, the negative agenda, well, first, the negative agenda created this pressure cooker in that region that is causing this retaliation and this uprising, right? So there are many things happening right now. So because we live in a polarity system, you know, you're seeing the polarity, you're seeing the intense pressure cooker of the negative agenda just trying to derail us, trying to prevent us from awakening and ascension by doing all the things that they've been doing for a very long time. The amplification happened during 2020, and it hasn't let up. So also, the other very important Stargate is the Temple Mount, Jerusalem 2D Stargate. This is a Grail Stargate where consciousness enters the planet. This region is also highly, highly important. And also, the connection here to the 10D Stargate also connects into Giza, which is the 4D Stargate, okay? And so all of the stargates are in the process of being slowly reclaimed. Okay, but this obviously takes time. This is part of the spiritual warfare. This is an intergalactic spiritual warfare, grid wars, right? This is so much bigger than just what we think, from planet Earth's perspective, right? It's not just about war. It's not just about politics. Like I said, it goes far, far, far deeper. When you connect into our galactic history, you will understand all the negative groups that have been running the world. The Black Sun, Belial's son, which is the fallen Anunnaki groups, right, are basically competing against the Emerald Order founder races of light, right? Our founder races. And during this time of reclamation on planet Earth, we are restoring the Christos. We are restoring the Christos Sophia template onto planet Earth, the principle of the Mother, Father, God, and the Christos Sophia. We are reclaiming our sovereignty and remembering who we are. So the amplification in these areas is going to continue to be really intense. Okay, so again, from a higher perspective, we are moving into a very much more peak activation of the solar activation cycle, where we are starting to really be activated. And the uprisings are going to continue as we move into this amplification on planet Earth of these plasma energies. Okay, so it's important to understand, whoever controls the stargates has been controlling the planets, and we are in the process of reclaiming them now. So this is why these areas are going to look and feel and be very, very intense. Okay, and so also to my grid workers, it is very important right now for us to really bring our consciousnesses together to amplify these grids, to amplify the stargates. We do not have to be on these sacred lands to do grid work. We do grid work from within our own central vertical pillar, making sure that we are shielded in our 12th dimensional shield, that we are beaming our consciousness, beaming our light, right? Keeping ourselves in our sovereignty. And we are doing grid work by amplifying the area through our consciousness, through the quantum, by elevating those lands, elevating the stargates, right? Really connecting into all of the stargates on planet Earth, connecting into all of the cultures, all of the regions, all of our brothers and sisters here on Earth, because we are uniting. That's what this ascension is all about. Okay, so we continue to do the inner work, the shadow work, the amplification of our own frequency, right? And as we continue to do our own inner work of self-mastery, that's what this is all about. We accrete more light in our body. We raise our vibration. We become a vessel that is a temple that can match the incoming frequencies of the plasma and the solar crystal light that is coming onto the planet. And then it amplifies our own DNA, amplifies our own frequency, so that we can literally be pillars all over the entire planet that is anchoring that light into the planet, into the environment, right? Helping our loved ones, helping our communities. Okay, that's what this is all about. So understanding the higher galactic perspective of our history really is very helpful for those of you who are on the awakening path and who are really looking to expand your consciousness beyond everything that you've learned in the third dimensional reality. Just remember, we are multi-dimensional, okay? And that is what is happening. This is a multi-dimensional warfare. It's a multi-dimensional ascension that is happening on planet Earth, okay? Thank you for tuning in, my loves. If you want more information and want to learn more about everything that is happening on our planet, sign up for my free Codes of Light newsletter on schoolofdivinemastery.org. I also offer amazing Astro-Akashic record readings. I do very deep, extensive spiritual guidance and one-on-one deep soul immersion mentorship containers that are very advanced. It is not surface level work. We really get into your whole entire life and your field for really deep soul level healing, expansion, activation, and most importantly, integration through self-mastery. Okay, that is what this is all about on planet Earth. This is not about popularity. This is not about how many followers you have. This is about self-mastery. This is about integrity, standing in your morals, your ethics, your respect, following the universal laws, following the law of one, being compassionate, being loving, being kind, helping your fellow brothers and sisters across the entire planet, no matter what your skin color is. We are all one. We are all in this together. And at the end of the day, we have free will. You can choose whatever timeline you want to choose. There's no right or wrong. And this is what we're here for, my loves. We are here to evolve. We are here to ascend. We are here to cleanse, clear, purge, purify, and alchemize anything that is dense, anything that is blocking us from stepping into our highest spiritual embodiment. One where we reflect and shine our light from a place of love. This is what this is all about. This isn't about, again, how much popularity or followers or money that you have. This is one of the most important times of your soul's existence. This is why you are on planet Earth right now. You are here to master yourself, to know thyself, to become a walking conduit and vessel of God's light and love, anchoring heaven on earth. This is why we are here. I love all of you so much. I look forward to connecting with you deeper. And until next time.